Ah, hello. Welcome to the cafe. I, as always, am your host, Dr. Lampwick. Hello, Wolf. Hello, Decaf. Good to see you both. Sorry it took me so long to start. I had some urgent business to attend to. I'm trying to get some repairs done on my house, and that comes with its rigors. A lot of business talk lately. But anyway, I'm here. Um, I don't know how long I'll stream today. I'm still somewhat feeling under the weather, but okay, give me a second. I haven't used my mic in so long I forgot how. Oh, theoretically, my mic is maxed out. Let me turn it up on OBS. Is that any better? Hard to tell. It's like right next to my face, too, so I don't want to blast anyone's ears out if I can help it. Mic test, mic test, mic test. Hold on, I'm gonna make some arcane stuff happen. Once again. Audio. Oh, no, 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 not that high. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. Okay. Arcane, stuff, be gone. Okay. Now I can return to... I can max it out, but... This is at max. I can't bring it up anymore, I don't think. Oof. Yeah, I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out on my hardware, like on my microphone, and I'm maxed out on my software, as in on OBS. I don't think I can boost it anymore. I suppose I could turn off some filters, but I don't know if I want to. Well, I don't know if I'm going to drown out Beyonce. And I'm definitely not drowning out any machines, but I'll do my best. Anyway. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I am starting to feel better, but it's kind of a day by day thing. Well, I do not control the background noise in your space. If I could do that, that would be quite an interesting power. Hold on a sec, I gotta finish writing a check. I write checks so seldom, I have to really think about it. There we go. Checks are one of those things, you know, that you really only use when you have to get something around your house that's going to be very expensive repaired. And then, even then, you can have, you can theoretically have direct deposit depending on who you're working with. But anyway, enough about that. How are y'all doing? I'm glad to be back in the cafe. I've just, besides my health, I've just had a lot going on in my life. Events being held at my house, courtesy of my wife who loves to host. So it was 2 weeks in a row, which doesn't usually happen, and I've just been exhausted and just not up to doing the extra thing of streaming. But I'm back, and hopefully this week is the start of improvements in all aspects. Okay. Oh, a vegetable garden. Excellent. Have you thought about growing like some basic herbs? Um the three main ones that people grow are mint, basil, and like rosemary. All three are generally pretty easy. Yeah, tea herbs. I'm trying to get back into my garden. I've been trying so hard to keep myself alive that a lot of my plants died over the winter. So I'm trying to get my garden back in some kind of shape. But that's once again one extra thing on top of everything else that I'm trying to pick the pieces back up of. That was a terrible sentence, but just make sure if you do mint, any kind of mint, or any relative of mint, do it in a container. Mint will take over literally everything. It will. And it will do it very, very, very quickly. I've always had mine in a container, and it literally tried to jump the container to another container. So, yeah, don't let it flower. The seeds will get in your other pots. Anyway, I'm sure you've done your research, so I won't keep preaching to you about gardening. But yes, the best I can offer is don't overwater your basil if you're going to grow that. Don't overwater your rosemary, and keep your mint in a container. That's the best I can offer. But good luck on your gardening. It is cathartic. Yes, Renai, welcome to the cafe. Gardening tips. I, as I was just saying, have been trying to revive my garden, but I've been having to keep myself alive first and foremost, so it has kind of gone by the wayside. One of my pots got completely taken over by fire ants, so I had to nuke that pot with ant killer, and now I have to empty it out so I can wash it and plant something else in there. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose. Yeah, while I was trying to clear them out, one of them bit my foot, and so I basically went scorched earth and went around the whole house and yard, just annihilating every fire ant mound I found. I have to get to the hardware store and pick up a new sprayer so I can spray around the house for bugs. I have to do it once every month or so. But my sprayer, the wand for my sprayer literally fell off at the end of fall. And yeah. Fortunately, the treatment that I do also covers ticks, so I know that they are supposed to be bad this year. All kinds of stuff happening there, but anyway, I won't get into that for obvious reasons. Renai, you just showed up. How are you doing, my friend? Most excellent. I'm sorry I have not made any of your streams recently. I, once again, have legitimately been trying to survive, and after that, kind of pick up the pieces of some kind of normal routine that I am just now kind of getting back to. Uh, yeah. I saw that you were off for Holy Week. Um, but yeah. I know there's no obligation, but I do want to support my friends. Also, I realize that I am switching back and forth between my normal voice and like my Lampwick voice, and it's just going to happen. I'm not concentrated enough to keep to one or the other at this point. That does put me in mind. I need to record the Lampwick's guide entry for tomorrow to go up on my YouTube Shorts. That's another piece that I'm trying to pick back up and get a good schedule going. Unfortunately, I kind of come up with those on the fly, so I really need to come up with like 2 or 3 and schedule them in advance so I don't have to constantly have it right on top of me. Well, I don't think I ever made the conscious choice to have like a Lampwick voice, quote unquote. It just kind of like happened that way where I'm not a huge fan of my normal voice on recording, so I naturally kind of changed it to at least seem more refined to fit the character, but at the end of the day, I just slip in and out as conversation goes, especially if I switch from a more proper vocabulary to, you know, my mishmash of Shakespearean English and modern vernacular, which once again just kind of happens. Indeed. Oh man. Well, I'm glad that so many people could make this stream. The initial plan was to go see a movie tonight with my wife. We were going to go with some of her siblings, but I don't truly think I'm going to make it at this point. I start the day off pretty well, and then by around, well, now, like 3, 4 p.m., things kind of go downhill. And that's always been the case with me. I don't know if that's the case with other people who suffer from chronic illness, but I go through, it's like a bell curve almost. Uh where in the morning I tend to feel better, have more energy, and then I hit a peak and then it just drops off into the night. And then in the morning the bell curve will start up again. Once again, I don't know if that's I doubt it's unique to me, but I wonder if that's just like a chronic illness thing or if that's specific to my condition. I don't know. But anyway, I suppose it may be a circadian rhythm thing where we naturally just have less energy as the day goes on, and I don't know, I'm speculating. I have no medical knowledge of this. I'm just speaking about experience. Speaking of which, I should have grabbed my afternoon supplements to take before I started stream. Yes, I usually don't feel very good unless I'm doing pretty well. If I'm in a pretty good place, I can wake up and feel fine. But when I first wake up, there's definitely like a sluggishness and sometimes pain. But once I get up and move around, which actually this does make sense. Once I get up and start moving around, I usually will feel a lot better, unless I'm in the middle of a flare up, in which case nothing is going to feel good. But because when you get up and move around after sleep, you start your body's systems up, your lymphatic system, your digestive system. It all kind of jump starts in the morning after getting up from sleep. And moving is how you clear out your lymph. Generally, you can kind of get a boost in the morning in that way. But yes, I agree with you, Renai. The general case, quote unquote, does not exist, especially in terms of health, because everyone's body is different and will react differently to different stimuli. We tend to, and this goes beyond just medical or nutritional and what have you. We tend to overgeneralize because we want to put things into boxes in order to make them more understandable. But we do a great disservice to many different fields of knowledge and research by wanting to put things in that box, that generalized box. Especially with health. That's how you get all of the health crazes, like the superfoods. 6 or 7 years ago at this point, the whole thing with like kale and all of these other things that became superfoods or whatever. And then, through actual research, we found out, okay, yes, these things have benefits. They do. But there is no such thing as like a superfood. There's no one size fits all remedy to anything. There are things that are generally good for this thing that we can find through research and prior knowledge, especially in terms of herbal knowledge and things like that, because those things have been used for hundreds and hundreds of years. And oftentimes that knowledge is passed down verbally through families and through tighter knit communities than we have now. But there is no silver bullet, there is no miracle cure, there is no superfood, quote unquote, that is gonna be the solution to all your problems, because once again, everyone's body is different. We were created that way. And yes, as soon as you brought up the idea of generalization, my brain immediately dove into the philosophical, simply because this is something that I'm really passionate about. The idea of generalization, the idea of, as I said before, putting things into boxes, compartmentalization of knowledge is something that I have a particular qualm with, maybe is the best way I could put it without really thinking about it. Simply because I see how much damage it can do when all we do is generalize, when all we do is put things into a box. Well, the thing about boxes is that you can't fit everything into a box. You can fit certain things into a box, but not everything is going to fit into the same box. That's just the way of it. Even if your box is theoretical, philosophical, not everything can fit into a box. If you read any kind of philosophy from any point in history, you understand that even philosophical ideas that consider the nature of even the divine and eternity cannot go into a single box. That is not how it works. Simply because the reality, the ontological reality that we know, there is a God. He does exist. He is sovereign. He is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. You cannot put God in a box. There's just no way to. You cannot put God in a box. Therefore, the world he created was not all meant to go into a box. We are meant to consider things as created beings. Overgeneralization is something we cannot do as finite beings. We cannot put everything into one box, is what I'm saying. That is where I will put my thoughts on the matter, because I simply do not have the brain power to explain that any better than I just tried to do. That's one issue with any kind of discussion I ever have, whether it's about super dumb things or really important things, is that I often fail to land the plane to really round out my argument. So sometimes I have to just kind of finish really lamely by restating my main thesis again. But that's where I'm at. I'm going to turn on the fan because it's actually getting a little warm in here. Oh, hold on. I'll read this first. Being go, we're embodied beings, the abstract for communicating concept. Yes. Overgeneralization, over compartmentalization, and over abstraction is a significant problem, because there are aspects to even our bodies, going back to the idea of health. Because once again, I have a lot to say on that matter, because I think about it a lot. I have to. It's very present in my life. In terms of health, we have to consider that even if we tried to put everything in one box, you consider medicine, you consider like conventional medicine, then you consider, maybe there's a second box for more homeopathic medicine. You can't put all of that in the same box and expect it all to jive. We have to consider things on their own, and thinking that one way or another is going to be the end-all be-all for everybody, we get into some serious issues, and a lot of the issues that we are facing nowadays. Because doctors generally, this is I generalize in this argument about generalization. I generalize. Doctors generally are trained to think a single way about health and apply it to everybody. That is how they are trained. This is not a aspersion on doctors. It's more an aspersion on the system into which they are trained. Yes, absolutely. Actually, let's go back a step further, Renai. Bring back communities. We have to start there. Bring back communities. Naturally, community doctors would become a part of that. Anyway, I lost my point. I think I said what I wanted to say, but good point there. I'll come back. It was weirdly cold last night, and I'm kind of surprised it got warm enough to turn on my fan, but it always gets warm in here when I'm streaming or playing a game or doing anything. I don't know. This room has a weird heat sink. Is really a weird heat. It's like this one room is like the heat sink for the entire house, and I don't know why. It has no reason to be in terms of architecture. Oh. I got Not heated. I got enlivened by that discussion, and now I have winded myself. Aha. Yes, by standardizing everything, we can... Sorry, my wife texted me in the middle of my my thought, and I can only think about one thing at a time. Hence why I'm not a very good streamer. My wife can't text too much while she's at work, so I want to make sure that I actually communicate what I want to communicate. Yeah, well, that gets into talk about globalization, and I definitely don't have the energy to get into that one. Yeah, and flattening everything out. Well, to take this very high level concept and considerably dumb it down to my current level. Flattening everything out just makes everything flat, which is exactly what you just said, but in a dumber way of putting it. Yeah, and that's why we have things like brutalist architecture. And yes, flat things are flat, and people die when they're killed. If you get that reference, good on you. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. Yep, there it is. Oh, you do get the reference? Where is it? There it is. Where is my display capture? Let me actually open it up first. There it is. People die when they're killed. Just remember, people die when they're killed. Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right. I saw that one too when I just looked up this one. I saw that one too. Amy, why? Why are you like this? Just remember, in the immortal words of Shiro Emiya, people die when they're killed. Just because you're correct doesn't mean you're right. This one was from the the 2005 version, I think, the Studio Dean one, which I have not seen all of. I've not seen all of that one. I've seen about half of it, but I have seen all of Unlimited Blade Works. But that is my entire knowledge of the Fate series. Well, the servants don't necessarily die when they're killed, but the people just die. Though Unlimited Blade Works does kind of flip that on its head too, so I don't know, man. The rules are unclear. If there even are any. I actually started watching the the most recent one, the Fate Strange Fake. It's the, as I said, it's the only other Fate series that I'm actually like interacting with, or piece of the Fate series I'm interacting with. It's interesting so far. It's kind of more of the same of Unlimited Blade Works, but the whole thing with the Holy Grail War is that it's kind of a cycle. That's just kind of how it works. I did think that they might try and come up with so far they have some interesting servants, which I won't spoil. I'm only like 3 episodes in currently, but they have some interesting servants, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe they could have gone a little more ham with it, since it's like it's not even really part of the whole thing. Part of the narrative of the Holy Grail War, so to speak. But anyway, it's got Gilgamesh, so there's that. Which, I mean, what's Fate without Gilgamesh, I guess? Saber is also interesting, but once again, no spoilers. There's something going on there that I haven't figured out yet. Some real winners, huh? I don't know what you mean by that. I thought it was cool in Unlimited Blade Works when freaking, I don't know how to say his name in Gaelic. Cuchulainn, the Gaelic hero, and his spear. I thought that was super interesting because, I mean, how often does any Cuchulainn, is that how? Okay, I don't freaking know. It's Gaelic. There's no way of knowing. I had a friend in college who was literally a linguist, who was his study was Gaelic. Like his study was the language. Okay, Emiya, you can go away. No, I don't want to delete it. Just stop. Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting because very few settings will even touch Gaelic mythology. Excuse me. So that's just cool to me. I like exploring the non-standard mythologies in as much as possible. Which you could maybe say that Gilgamesh is from a non-standard mythology, but not really. I mean, who doesn't know if you interact with mythology at all in in your life at all, you know about Gilgamesh. It's just kind of part of the history of fantasy, really, and mythology. Yeah, you could talk about the why am I blanking on it now? I did research on this for something a while back. And still have that story kind of in the offing, but it's Irish, Celtic mythology or Gaelic mythology in general is difficult because as a language and a people that for a long time did not really write things down. much is lost. And it's hard to really find sources for things. But anyway, yay, mythology. It's all part of my love of fantasy. Yeah, that's also true. Though you could also say that the Epic of Gilgamesh, as far back as that goes, has some stuff. Like the flood, you know, in it. Did I miss something? Decaf, what are you talking about? I think I called myself a terrible streamer earlier. So I suppose you can boost my confidence. Una pished him. I believe that would be me. Can't even get started on Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't It's funny. I usually am very careful with creating names. Well, I'll put it this way. I am either super careful and thoughtful when I name characters that I create, or I'm an entirely vibe-driven maniac when I name characters. JB Lampwick was the entirely vibe-driven maniac half coming up, because I literally drew the character who was meant to be for a character in one of my tabletop groups. I literally drew the character because I liked the concept so much. I've never done this before for a character. I literally drew him. And I was like, what is this guy? What is this guy? I knew Lampwick. Lampwick was always a part of it. But I was like, what is this guy's name? And I was just like, just entirely driven by vibes. I was like, James Bartholomew. This guy is James Bartholomew Lampwick. That is his name. And thus, this was born. So yeah, JB Lampwick. I guess it's not just with naming conventions. It's honestly my writing in general, or any creative work I do, is either super thoughtful and intellectual, or entirely driven by vibes. There's not much in between. I won't say there's nothing in between, but there's not much in between. Most of my stories lately have been entirely vibe driven. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to make that sound to the mic. I tried to kind of stretch my neck because it's hurting, and I suppose I should get to the game pretty soon, but I'm honestly just having fun talking. Once again, I really don't know how long I'm going to stream, because I'd like to shower and take a nap. I guess we'll see. I suppose I shouldn't entirely give up on the movie, but the idea of sitting in a movie theater for the entire length of a movie, which it is a movie I do want to see. It's not that. I'm not just going to go. But with my condition being what it is, just on its face. Going to movies in a theater is not, sometimes it's not very fun because I often have to leave in the middle of it to go use the restroom and stuff like that. Sometimes multiple times, depending on how I'm feeling. And I just end up missing pieces of it, and it's just, it's not, it takes away from the movie going experience. Now, there are some movies that I will go see regardless. And just kind of deal with missing part of it because I think they're worth going to see in theaters. The Dune movies, both of them were some of those movies. I didn't get to see the first one in IMAX, I don't think, but I got to see the second one in IMAX, and that was one of the most worthwhile movie experiences of my life. I specifically state movie experience because it's not like it was some life-changing experience or anything like that. It's just for going to see a movie, it was a unique experience that I'm glad I got. It was stellar. And I don't use that lightly. Well, the speakers tore apart my foundational understanding of being able to hear things and shook me to my bones with Hans Zimmer's glorious soundtrack. So, yeah, there was that. It's not it's not often that just the soundtrack of a movie moves me to tears, but it did. Hans Zimmer is truly a visionary. Sorry, I had kind of a wave of pain that I had to kind of weather before I could talk again. That just be happening lately. Man, there's so many games I want to play. John Flanagan passed away? Are you kidding me? I heard nothing of this. That is incredibly sad. Oh my goodness. I had heard nothing of that. Man. That's hold on, I have to look this up. John Flanagan. He was 81, really? It's always sad when an author dies with unfinished work. I mean, it's common, very common, because very few authors get to write everything that they want to. Because I think by virtue of being an author, you're always going to have a story that you never got to tell. Oh, my goodness. That is extreme. I'm extremely saddened by that. Yeah, as an author, I highly doubt there have been many authors who have written a work or a series of works and said, that is all, I am done. You know, I can die now or whatever. Even some of the greats. But I'm very saddened to hear that. Ranger's Apprentice was honestly truly life-changing for me in terms of my own writing and my own desire and inspiration to write. Yeah. That is extremely sad. It's up there for me. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's certainly there. Probably top 10. I think it would fit squarely in my top 10. I'm not sure where. I'd really have to think about that. Plus, my top 10 have probably changed since I was younger. But I think it has its place in my top 10. It truly was. It truly was inspirational for me. I think we had a discussion last time I streamed, which was a couple weeks ago now. I think we had a discussion last time I streamed about my opinions on like the low fantasy aspects of Ranger's Apprentice, if I remember correctly. Do Tolkien's works have just their own special pedestal? Ah, you remember it. Good. I will say, I do believe that Tolkien's works have to be my number one. There is no other fictional book series. His own throne and shelf, yes. Well, in terms of representation, the works of Tolkien do, in fact, have an entire shelf to themselves on my bookshelf. I'm looking at it right now. It is entirely Tolkien books and companions to his works. Book ended with the Argonath, of course, a gift my wife got for Christmas this past year. True enough. No, but Tolkien's works have to be in my number one spot. There is no fictional book series that has changed my life more. Yeah. Yeah. If he had gotten to round out and actually finish the Silmarillion in the way that he wanted to, I don't doubt that the Silmarillion would have either been just a massive tome or a series of books if the publishers had made him break them up again. Amen, Wolf. Amen. We will we will caveat with why is my chat like this? I want to know why it has done this. Sorry. Something weird happened. It's supposed to be fine. What happened? For some reason, my Twitch chat just kind of disappeared. I can still see the Twitch chat, but my ability to like type in chat as myself has disappeared, and I don't know why. What the heck? I'm not gone. I guess mentally, maybe, but...
A dubious little creature getting up to mischief. This is no good. Oh, the beast is demonic in nature, very icky, no good.
I cannot describe the phenomenal timing of that. That was something else. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know why my Twitch just whatever. It's chill. It's chill. Wait. Yeah, I'm already connected. What do you... Wait, where's the X? Oh, there we go. It's back. I don't know what happened to it. Its existence was gone for a second, and now it's back. So, heck. Is Renai the dubious little creature in this case, or am I the dubious little creature? Because he's the one who wanted to get up to mischief while I was distracted. My wife does not get why that meme is funny. And so anytime I'm like, oh, the beast is demonic in nature, she just gives me this look. But that's a lot of things I find funny. No, I don't believe you are, Renai. I'm just saying. You are, I think, sometimes a dubious little creature. But then I think all of us have our moments of being dubious little creatures. Up to no good. Very icky. I also sometimes forget how many of these I have like activated, and anytime one plays that I don't remember, it just like it scares me. All right. I think I am going to start the game here soon. Yeah. There's definitely a little bit of the neurospicy in me, but undiagnosed, so I won't get too into the weeds on that one. My wife definitely thinks there's something wrong with me, but there could be a lot of things wrong with me that doesn't have to do with my mental state. All right, let's see. Boop. Can I switch to my coffee mug? There we go. Well, see, veteran humor is somewhat unique in terms of like you have to have been a veteran to really get it. So, you know, it's not quite the same. Oh my gracious. That was in my ears and it was loud.
The journey so far.
Yeah.
The Drench Fort was dry.
Actually, this would probably
but
be
the
a
horsemen
good,
loosed its waters. And then the makers rejoiced, for
Yeah, I
their
did that.
forge burned anew. From its fires they made a key, one which could awaken stone.
Honestly, the little recaps are kind of useful. Because sometimes I freaking forget what the heck I was doing. The FPS went a little funky for a second. My frames. There's a joke I can make, but I won't. think Volgrim is selling anything I want, right? Yeah, he's just like a trade-in in this game. He's not like... He doesn't actually sell anything as far as I know. Is this the right way to go? I guess so. Have a funky little loading screen there. My computer can't handle this 10-year-old game. I don't think it's 10 yet. Maybe it is. What does my talisman right now do? Would this... Oh, I think I know what this is. Got the key. Got the maker key. Now I can do this. Cool. What does that do for me, Ray? Does it say 6? There's 6 of these things. Is it too loud this time? Isn't that too loud? Why is the music so good? Any better? I'm sure I got a stinger somewhere. Better? Okay. I don't have to look at my move list. Let's see. Okay, there's a thing. I don't know why the music was boosted like that. They made a mistake giving me a gun. Eh? Ooh, hello. Definitely could use the health potion. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, my move list. Hold on. Laser kick. Let's see. None of these seem. Hearing forward evade. Thought I had like a stinger, but maybe not. Razor slash, razor wheel. I remember that one. And then there's one where I breathe. something down there. This. Oh, let's see. Do you feel like there could be more variety in these things, please? Wait. There we go. Got him. Carry another one if I find it. You never knew. I need the money. Why are you doing this? Why can I not just jump that? Whatever. Let's see. Some of the combos are really cool, and I just wish I was better at using them. Indeed, to an extent, I try to get better at using them. With varying degrees of success. Okay. Suppose maybe the stinger I was thinking of was that. Alright, be safe on your way home, Decaf. What was I saying? I was saying earlier I wish there was more variety in the combat music. I feel like it's not, there's not a lot to it. Maybe once I get to a different world, it'll be different, but as it stands currently, it's been the same rack, I think. Loot. What is this? Oh. Interesting. I don't suppose that means I could... No, I guess that just unlocks the way back there. It's just going through my head, I don't know what's happening. I do like the little like guitar stinger at the end when you finish the combat. Like down 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 down. All right. Not sure what Tiamat from the first game is doing here. No, it's not actually her. Reusing models. Suppose I can't really blame them. This is a much bigger project than the first game. Did I just... She cares not for my small gun. lift. Am I awaiting something specific? How was that a nomination? Okay. All right. I must look around. Okay. So let's get the ball up here. So there's that. So I probably want this down. That was an interesting noise. I did the same thing again. So I have to affect to the other rating. And then that becomes level 2. But what opens the other rating? What is there? Doesn't look like I can get there via the walls. Ah. I see. I neglected to look up, as is often the case. A lesson one might have learned from Ranger's Apprentice, now that I think about it. Oh wait, decaf is here. Oh, hold on, there's a knock at the door. I'll be right back. my microphone did something. Nope, that's the wrong one. Go back. What the heck? Hold on, my scenes are broken. I put my mic on mute for the be right back screen, and the whole thing, like, just collapsed. Yeah, my scenes are entirely broken. Give me a second. Okay, that one works. Can I get this one? Okay, we're back. Okay. Yes, scuff alert indeed. Okay, we're back. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to lift that. And I'm gonna have to real quick, like that. I hope it doesn't roll off. Okay, it has enough heft to it on its own for that to. Sorry, my contractor showed up looking for the check that he was owed, so I had to do the glories and joys of being a homeowner. It does help, though, when you know the contractor and they are a trusted friend from church. That's always nice. Thorns. Lower defense, but I assume that means I will do damage to things that hit me, which is cool. Yes, indeed, it does sound like a community. It's almost like the foundation of any community is actually the church. The local church. Because with God at the center of your lives, things tend to work out. Why are you back? I defy your existence, creature. Why does it take multiple hits to kill these when there's technically like an insta-kill button that doesn't work? So. Excuse me. There we go. Chest. Ooh, rat potion. A puzzle. I have nothing to weight this down. Yet. Excuse me. Goodness. Ooh. What am I looking for here? I wonder how that sounded in the mic. I tend to make mouth noises when I'm thinking. Let's see. Besides getting me back to here, what did I accomplish? I'm a little befuddled. Wait. Interesting. Doesn't look standard. This is where I came in. Oh no. This, okay, yeah, this is back there. I don't think this helps me. It's not like I can actually... Can't actually do anything. I guess I haven't gone through this door. Hello, Elijah. Welcome. Willkommen, mein Freund. Not. Street defense. I do love the way that you attack with bombs. Thought that one would have spawned, to be honest. Okay. I started out pretty good. Not so great now, but that's okay. Still on the mend, I would say. How are you, my friend? What is the dot? I always forget, because it's different in the first game. Does anyone see any glowing coins? Greatly desire them. The boatman coins. I can't see. Oh, just normal sickness stuff, chronic stuff. Normal for me, I should say. Let's see. Oh. Honestly, other than the sickness stuff, in terms of circumstances, everything is okay. Hold up. Where have I got this? More importantly, why have I got this up here? Make sure to be saving it. It's a cool doorway. Finally. It's Karn. It's alright. Like I said, kind of normal for me.
I found your arm.
Stone be praised! It brings back memories to see it again.
What of carven stone?
That's what we call the Stone of Construct Sentinels, to be specific. A sad thing destroying what a maker worked so hard to craft. But these days it must be done.
Right.
You'll find the Construct Sentinels you need in the Lost Temple. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Horseman, may I beg you another favor?
What is it this time, Pap?
A compass that guided me to many wonders when I was young. I thought it lost, like the temple. But now that you've found one,
The other will follow. Very well, Khan.
Bro has lost his entire inventory around the map. Honestly, it's very similar to the old Hobbit game. I gotta play that on stream if I'm getting to work. That's the major reason I haven't played it. I can't get into the super cool looking door. With
Whatever is behind this door, getting in
elemental
won't be
seals.
easy.
I guess this is the temple. Yeah, Irish question mark accent would be correct. Stage Irish, perhaps. Ah! How about you stop? It's really hard to work the camera during combat. I love how they just be putting chests anywhere in this game. Oh wait, I actually kind of wanted to put that. What's up? Nope. What's that? Oh, at least if I do care about this. Oh man, I'm starting to get kind of lightheaded. That's no good. Oh, I don't know how much more I'll be able to play. Woo! I gotta hold out for Decaf. He's still driving home, I assume. voice in there? I'm confused. Doesn't look like I can get through the other way. Never mind. I'm silly. Not more punches, but punches directed correctly. This looks like a boss. I'm given my skill combat. Sick. Oh, here we go. I'm scared to touch my mic in case it collapses on me. Hi. Just the type of boss I like. No match for a gun. Thought I saw that. Cash in here. Always strap cash. You'd think being the Grim Reaper would come with some kind of benefit. I gotta remember I've got my Reaper form. In case something goes awry. Excuse me. Goodness gracious, excuse me again. Let's see a bit of a puzzle. Does that take me away? I should find out. Oh, Sean Connery. The game looks so much darker on my capture. What the heck? That's weird. It's really weird. Like on OBS, it looks way darker, but the colors are richer. That's really strange. I wonder why that is. Well, I'm glad it looks good. It's just, it seems weird, the comparison. I need to figure out a way to get this boy across. Extendable arms to hit target at a distance. Alright, there's that. That solves that problem. Okay. Good old extendo arm. Though honestly, the idea of creating a mech and not giving an extendable chain arm is, I mean, if you have the capability, of course, you should. Like, there's no downside. Is it telling me I should use the net? You can't give me a giant stone mech and expect me not to immediately use it. I mean, let's be completely honest here. I legitimately did not remember that I had a melee attack on this thing. Chest? Ooh, that's a big chest too. What's in this baby? Oh. Some decent armor. Ups my wrath. Slot. I do like the Forgelands music in general. I just feel like it's a bit repetitive. Which is unfortunate. Okay. I have done something. Could you get off the wall, Death? It is both off the wall and off the chain. Oh, wait. As I suspect. Is there any reason to replace that? I suppose maybe to get access to Splodo. Oh, hidden chest. All good, Elijah. You stay around for as long as you wish, and no longer. I have no hold on you, other than friendship. Have a good day, my friend. Hope to see you in the cafe next time. Hopefully on Thursday. Give. Dang it. I hope I feel better too. I appreciate it. Oops. Gift neck in the mouth. Oopsie, started to hit. Now the mech. Come to me, my friend. I didn't expect it to have that range. Not gonna look a gift mech in the mouth. Oh. In the city place for the mech. You get to sit and have a good day. Troll in the dungeon. What you want to know? Ooh, mech. Who in the heck keeps calling me? I've received 7 calls from a Mr. Spam Risk today alone. This gentleman clearly desperately wishes to reach me. Excuse me, Dust. Chain. Yes. Perhaps. Rather nosy individual, maybe. All up in someone else's business. Okay, yeah, this is a boss fight, and I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. have come back, but at what cost? Ah, what the heck is going on with my mic? Thank you. Ah, my thing didn't break this time. Time to arm. Lightheadedness has faded somewhat, yes, thank you. Focus on the enemy that I actually want to shoot. Oh. That's gracious. How about that? Tear them apart. It was a waste. I should have waited. Woo! Yellow. What you? Hit me! Not you. Come on. Yep. There we go. Oh, come on. fate. Good. Ah! Unfortunately, we're locked into a combat. Woo! Okay. What we got here? That'll fine. Execute. Let's go. Yeah, I like my claws, but I'll take a little damage increase. Later. I do like large hammers. They're one of my favorite things, and this one is nice. I forget what the other shroud gave me before. I clearly need more defense. Oh my goodness. Not gonna be able to stream for much longer probably. So I think I gotta be getting close to being done with this temple, right? All right, Renai, have a blessed rest of your day as well, sir. Thanks for coming. I appreciate your prayers. I need them very much. Where that compass is. Sick. Perfect. I've already used the glaive. Okay, it's got a big stab. I like that. I actually think I want to use these because fire damage can give me wrath on crit, which is nice. Oh yeah, I have a level up. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Hey, Doker. Welcome. It's good to see you, sir. How are you doing? I am okay. I was having a pretty good day, followed by less of a good day health-wise, and I'm at the less of a good day part, but that's okay. Still streaming, still doing okay. So, it is what it is. Go ahead. Put that there. I really need to do that. So that opens that door. Oh, nope, get back on there. I will say, Doker, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to stream just because I'm not feeling well, but I will try and stream a little longer since you got to show up. Not going to do you like I usually do. Cut out like right as you get here. Let's see. Go ahead and grab this guy. I'm gonna think about dinner soon. Not that I feel very much up to eating. I need to eat something. There. Let's see. Leech there. I'm trying to get enough rest. Trying my dangdest. What is the purpose of that? I'm a little confused how I get that page. Okay, so that was necessary. Now, how do I get this Book of the Dead page? Oh, it's just there now. Oh, I see. Undoing the other one did that. Got it. Ooh. Wait, there's a chest there. Ain't gonna pass up that. Still gonna use the claws. Ooh. I'm gonna push forward and see if I can finish this dungeon. I don't know how much longer the dungeon is. this part of the dungeon, because if so, I'm nowhere close to finishing. Fire on hit is good. Excuse me. There's something else I could have done. I'm not a big fan of how you can't really up these things. Cool. Two good hits. Goodness gracious, these guys. Attacks are so weird. Ah! Goodness gracious. Not you guys, please. Okay. Use some more health potions. It's all the same. Game. I see where I'm supposed to go. I think that's all I've got in me for today. Did I save it? Okay, that time I did. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Gotta stretch the neck. We gonna go back to the cafe for a minute. Alright, well. Feel bad because decaf is gonna get back and I'm gonna be gone, but I don't have an energy. Okay. Thank you, Joker. I appreciate that. I've been working on it. Just kidding. Anyway, I appreciate everyone who showed up for stream in a couple weeks. I'm very grateful to all of my dear friends who keep supporting me, even though I have barely a schedule. Yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day or night, as the case may be. However, I believe that the dawn is coming, which means that I and my cafe will be disappearing. However, we will return again when night covers the world and a little bit of light is needed. Until then, my friends and my dear embers, chase the dark away. And goodbye. Where's my button? Thanks, Stoker. Have a good day.